life. Hi, friends. Good day and welcome to today on Princess Anu TV. In case you're seeing me for the first time, where have you been? Anyways, my name is Princess Anu, and on this channel, we talk about aviation, motivation, and adventure. And just because I promised, we had a live stream yesterday, and I promised that I was going to be live again today, and if possible, tomorrow and next, so that we can catch up and discuss. Aminu, hi, welcome. I can see more persons are here, and yeah, that's why I titled this video, just because I promised. And guys, I don't know if you all have experienced this kind of a thing, that is the moment you make a promise that everything begins to happen on, like, not in the favor. Like, when you make a promise that you're going to do this and everything seems like it's not working in the favor of you doing it. Like, I made a promise that I was going to make this live stream earlier today, in fact, just like the way I did yesterday, but so many things like came up today and I did not start at the right time. But I'm happy that you're here joining me. Hi, Joe is here. Mommy, what? Welcome on board, Femi. Welcome, Lexi. I think that's the name, Lexi. Welcome. I'm really happy to see all of you here, like, live. Everybody's doing fine. Let me know in the comment section what has happened with you today. Like, you know, this period we've just been using it to catch up, like, because obviously it's been a while. Like, we had live streams and all, and I thought it's important that we catch up. Kaya, hi, welcome. Elino was watching Wide Maya and my Miss Anu and I stood up. Okay, seriously guys, it's really nice. Anytime I have the opportunity, like, to talk with you guys, like, one-on-one, it's always awesome. And in case you don't have your notification bells on, favor, welcome. In case you don't have your notification bells on, put it on, because the discussions here are always bubbling. Okay, yeah, I know him, I'm not kidding you. It's really nice having you guys. Natty Bruce, it's been a while. How's Joe finding? Anyways, like I said yesterday, we thank God. We thank God for the whole process and all. Davinko, welcome. We thank God for the whole process. And I'm just, what I'm doing now is preparing, and also I think this is the time where you have to read, because interviews can likely come up at any time if you're so blessed, if we are so blessed, and obviously we are blessed. So let me know what's been happening with you guys. You guys should gist me. How many of you have gotten married? How many of you have started your new career? In fact, I took time to read the Instagram messages, because I discovered that a lot of you guys talked about it yesterday, that I've not been on Instagram, I've not been replying at all. So today I took my time. You said you're eating eggs. Yeah, exactly. That reminds me, I just saw on the internet today that Epis just brought in their second Embraer, and I was like, oh Lord, this aircraft is going to be so nice to fly. But whichever way, wherever we get opportunities, we are going to hold it with our two hands. Like I told you, I was using my pillow for example yesterday, and I was telling you guys, any opportunity I get, I'm going to grab it, like grab it. Yeah, because the thing about it is, just make sure you're doing something. And that's why I always say that even in, like, you're trying to transit from secondary school to coming to flight school, or to think of going to the US, don't stay idle, because the moment you start staying idle, you start deteriorating, like, mentally, that kind of a thing. It's been long they brought the second one now. It should, no, it's not. Like, they brought Embraer 195. I think that's the one they brought. They brought the first one earlier on. They just brought the second one. I saw it online today. Like, they just brought the second one, and oh my god. And we also talked about yesterday that Green Africa also brought. So I think the industry is actually bouncing back. But the thing is, okay, as they are bouncing back, are we also ready, like, you know, to come in? So you see, people were thinking that, okay, because of the pandemic, everything is going to slow down. everything's going to slow down and all, but seriously, it has not been slowing down. And please, guys, in case you want to send me messages, send me a message to Princess Anu TV on Instagram, not the other account. To Princess Anu TV on Instagram is usually better because when I come there, I just answer all the questions, and I know that you guys are like directly coming from here. It makes it like easy to treat, and I treated all the questions, and I also saw someone that has also taken another part. Like seriously, a lot of, am I going to use the word testimonies? Because let not look like, I know that we are not in a kind of church setting or something, but I think that's the best word I'm going to use. Like testimonies of people that have gone into flight school, people that are about starting their careers, people that have picked other paths and all that. And seriously, I'm happy for you guys because it's like a success. It's my success. Green Africa uses -8. No, Green Africa is using ATR. ATR is 72. And for now, they're the only ones I think that has the ATR 72. There's another company, Overland has ATR, but Overland's aircraft is ATR 42. But I think Overland is also thinking of bringing ATR 72. MJ, hi, welcome, hi, hello. Okay, ATR 7600, yeah. I watched the program on Channel TV. Exactly, like you mean the, which of them is it, for Green Africa or for Airpeace? Because these are the two that are just bringing the aircraft recently, apart from Cali Air that just brought in their aircraft. A lot of good things are happening. But okay, we'll just about that. Then we'll talk, I think tomorrow maybe we should talk about one of the most challenging phases in flying, because I was thinking I'll have like enough time and all talk about it today, but I just feel we should all catch up. Let's discuss, you know, keep the comments coming, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Kaya, CFI or charters after CPL Emiara. The truth is, I think when it has to do with deciding where to go after flight school, you solely don't really have a say. The thing is that you can desire, let's use that word, you can desire and say, okay, I want to go to the charter, or I want to go to the airlines, or I want to go to general aviation. But you know that here in Nigeria, we don't really have much of general aviation. Like when I'm in general aviation, you know, people that do skydiving, people that just fly small aircraft, like small Cessna, or just even the DAs, like just the Diamonds and all, just within general aviation stuff. We don't really have much of that. We have charters and airlines mainly like in this part of the country that we are in. And so I'm going to say that sometimes you can desire that you want to go to the charters, but the question is, do you have like enough resources to start from there? Because the charter, the kind of aircrafts these guys fly, the type rating for these aircrafts is actually on the high side. I don't want to call a particular figure that is going to make you think I'm like, oh my god, are you serious? Yeah, I'm actually serious. So they actually fly their aircrafts. The type ratings for their aircrafts are very expensive. So I think for when you come out of flight school, you don't like have the final say. It's in quote, your employer or whoever is going to employ you is going to have the final say on what aircraft they want to put you in. I've talked to some people that, in fact I talked to someone that said he went to do a particular rating. When he came back for the rating and all, when he got a job, that company was not flying the aircraft that he went to do a rating for. So the company still had to like send him for a rating on their own aircraft. So even if maybe you in your head like, okay, you want to fly the Airbus, I actually like the Airbus aircrafts. I just like the technology involved in Airbus aircraft. So like imagine maybe you have it in your head, oh, you want to fly this particular aircraft and all, and the kind of person that employs you is not flying that aircraft, you don't have a choice. It's whatever that person is flying that you are going to fly. Except you want to buy your own aircraft, or you want to start up your own airline, or you just want to do whatever. But if you're looking at working for somebody, working with an employer and all, is whatever they have, they are going to be the ones that will determine. So that's actually the position I'm in now. So I cannot now say, oh, no, I want to fly the ATR. It's just this machine I want to fly. Except I I have the money to do that ATR rating, and I also approach that company and they are willing to take me, because you can even have the money to do that rating, approach the company can tell you that they don't need people, or the company can tell you that sorry, there's no space available for now. So what are you going to do? Will you now prefer to stay on ground because you are so bent on flying a particular machine when there's an opportunity to fly another one? The thing is that as you advance in your career, I think what I've seen, what I've seen, how many things have I seen in this aviation industry? There's a whole lot to see. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that from people's experiences, I got to understand that the higher you go in the ladder, the more opportunities you get, the more you have a say. As in, like now you got to a position where you have like 4,000 hours or 5,000 hours, and you're also a captain. When airlines are looking for, sometimes you might be the one to give them your terms and conditions. Like, okay, if I'm coming to your company, I want to fly so aircraft, and I'm going to use, I have expertise on this aircraft, and so I know I'm going to do my best on it. And you can even tell them how much you want to be paid. So you see, that is the beauty of when you grow, like when you come up, you get to a point where you make the rules, and once you're good, they will obviously have no choice than to like fall into your path of following your rules and regulations, that kind of a thing. So, but at the beginning phase, you basically don't have a choice. It's whatever that is available that you are going to take along. So that's the position I'm in. Okay, I've seen that you guys have dropped some messages. Let me not talk too much and forget the messages you guys have dropped. Okay, airlines in Nigeria is just the best. Just hoping Green Africa will be a direct tough competition for airplanes, so that the aviation sector will be the best in Africa. The thing is that we hope for all the airlines to be the best, because when all the airlines are functioning very well, we have jobs, a lot of jobs. And so even if you're going to flight school today, you know that when you're coming out, there's a possibility of you getting a job almost immediately. And also, not only that there will be jobs, there will also be jobs for other sectors. Not only that, there will be jobs for other sectors. Like, everybody's going to be happy. You know, that kind of a thing. So it's not as if, okay, this airline wants to kill this airline, or this airline wants to, you know. So what am I missing again? Okay, what is the most challenging thing about landing during training? Is there a difference between landing a single engine aircraft and a multi-engine aircraft during, I think, okay, should we talk about this now, or should we talk about this tomorrow? Because I don't want it to be lost in the conversation. Okay, I'm just going to say that everybody has his or her own technique how they land the aircraft, but there are some fundamental things that are very, very important in landing an aircraft, obviously, which you're going to be taught in flight school. You know, landing is something you go there and do. That's the truth. You can maybe simulate it in your head, but until you do it, you've not, how will I put it, you don't really know what, it's not, you don't simulate on X simulator and you land, maybe you've landed 150 times and you're like, oh, I can land. No, until you actually fly the real machine and you go there and land, you have not learned how to land. And it's consistency. You try this technique, okay, your instructor says do it like you, and you try it, and you now get to understand what works for you, keeping the basics in mind, like normal power settings and speed and all that. So it's something you actually do. Someone cannot just, like the way I'm sitting down here, I can't just sit down here and tell you that this is the best way to land aircraft, do like this, like that. Until you take up that controls by yourself and fly that machine, you might not know how to land. Yeah, sincerely, I tell you, because I got to discover that during the period for my solo, or before I went solo, like today, my instructor is going to be like, you're doing fine, okay, this is good, if you continue like this, tomorrow I'm going to clear you for solo. And the next day is going to be like, you did rubbish, you did absolutely. And I'll be wondering, what did I do? Like, I was getting this yesterday, so what's happening today and all that? But when I got to understand that, you know, speed is one of the most important things that is going to keep that aircraft flying, and speed is one of the most important things that is going to tell you if you will flare, if you're going to land, if you're going to balloon, all those things, it has to do with speed, and also the kind of power setting you keep. Because even if you have your speed and you're coming to land and you have too much power, when you touch down, you are either going to run off, like overrun the runway, or you are likely that power can give you an extra speed to like go up again. So it's a technique. Landing is a technique, and I think you keep getting better every day. And the difference I got from landing when I was flying the TB9 to when I transitioned to flying the TB20 was different. The TB20 had this kind of roomy, this thing, like I just loved flying the TB20 actually than TB9. So the TB20 was kind of roomy and it had weight, like you're feeling everything, that kind of a thing. And when I transitioned again to the DA42, it was different. Like landing the DA42, in fact, mine, it took me time. My instructor just kept on telling me that, I know you get it. Let's just continue exercise. I know you get it. You get it. And I finally got it. So, flying from single engine to multi-engine and all that, seriously, there's usually a change, but consistency and having that attitude to learn, you will definitely get it. You will definitely, because that's why you're in training. You don't know how to do it. I didn't know how to do it, and so I came for training, and someone is supposed to train me, and I was able to do it. Quincy! Oh! I was about calling you actually. Do you know that? I said, okay, let me finish the live, then I'll call you. Quincy, oh, my friend is here. Quincy is so nice having you on the live stream today. Okay, where do we stop? Before I get overexcited? I was talking about, okay, somebody asked about landing. Then next, I'm a very big fan of Airbus. Nigerian parents and pilots thinking Boeing is the only manufacturer with the best airplanes. I start with Airbus, but like you said, if given the opportunity, I will try. Okay, that's the thing. If whatever one is available, you will just have to like follow suit. Hey, I joined the live. I wanted to ask if you're going to get your 1,500 hours or you already have them. Are you looking for an airline job already? The thing about this 1,500 hours, let me tell you the truth, I think it's when you're looking for all these like international kind of jobs or so. Like here, the basic requirement is not really that 1,500 hours. That doesn't mean, like, I think something about this 1,500 hours, I'm saying here now in Africa and all, it's that if you have 1,500 hours, it's supposed that you have a certain amount of experience. Not just, like, 1,500 hours is not a joke. Like, it's not a joke. Like, it's a lot. That means you've gotten mastery of a particular machine. Either you had that 1,500 hours probably in a piston aircraft or in a jet aircraft. Like, you've gotten mastery of that aircraft to an extent. That means you've flown that aircraft for like, let's say, you've flown that aircraft for like an average of 6 months to 1 year consistently for you to be able to have like 1,500 hours. So here, you can actually get a job with 200 hours. You can actually get a job with 250 hours. If you meet their basic requirements, like they look at it and they're like, okay, I think this guy will be good, or I think this girl will be good. And you have the rating for that aircraft. If you have the money, you go get the rating. You can get jobs with 200 hours, with 250 hours. But if you're looking for immediately like all those Emirates, Fly Dubai, Etihad, like most of the international stuff, you need a lot of hours. You need this 1,500 hours. Because when you have 1,500 hours, that means you already have your ATPL. It's either you've gone for your ATPL, because that's the requirement for an ATPL license before you now go for your ATPL and all those things. So 1,500 hours, we'll get there. I don't have it yet. We'll get there. So what am I missing out? Let's go on. I'm enjoying today's talk. I'm actually loving it. Where are we? Are we missing anything? Okay, someone says since your video is not showing, I hope you guys can see me now. I just hope so. I hope I'm positive. But I prefer Boeing, but Airbus is more spacious. It is only the joystick I don't really like about the Airbus and all. Like everybody has their preferences. Some people love Airbus, some people love Boeing. That doesn't mean those are the only two companies that produce aircraft. We have some other very good companies that produce aircraft too, but these are the most popular and these are the biggest competitions. Like, there's always this rivalry. Princess Anu, do you have up to 250 hours? Yes! Yes. I have. Embraer is an aircraft every pilot must love. Main reason being that it is one of the first aircrafts young pilots fly due to most of the regional and all that. It's what is available. And people okay, if you can still see me, let me know because it seems like network wants to start getting nuts again today. Maybe we'll have to end it here and discuss more tomorrow or maybe next tomorrow. Hi, hello. If you guys still see me, hear me, let me know in the comment section. I just want to be sure. Okay, I actually like this question. Hi, Princess Anu, I'm joining a flight school next month. Do you have to communicate to ATC every time from the runway, and on which airspace you have to communicate with ATC? First of all, I would like to say congratulations for the step that you're about to take, because it's going to be a wonderful journey, though stressful sometimes, but you're going to love it. Before you even start up your aircraft, you're going to talk to ATC. Thank you. Okay, I was talking about communicating with ATC. Before you actually start up your aircraft, you will talk to ATC, and this is how the communication goes. Let me use Princess Anu as an example. So, oh god, it's been like how many months that I flew? Morning, which tower are we going to use? Okay, let me use, for the person that asked the question, let me use his name as the tower. So, good morning, K Tower. Good morning, K Tower. And then, like, you communicate with them concerning how, like, whatever operation you want to do. So you're like, good morning, K Tower, this is 5 November, and 5 November is Nigerians trademark, that kind of call sign registration. So I'm going to use PrincessAnuTv, so PAT. So good morning, K Tower, this is 5 November Papa Alpha Tango. How do you read? Then the tower tells you, I read you 5, go ahead, or I read you 2, go ahead, or you're unreadable, check your radio or whatever. So let's hope they can read you 5, that they can read you perfectly, loud and clear, no issues. So don't forget the sequence. Good morning, K Tower. This is 5 November, Papa Alpha Tango. How do you read? Then they tell you, I read you 5, go ahead. Then you're like, 5 November Papa Alpha Tango is a, let's say we are flying a Boeing 737. It's a Boeing 737 on the so you're like, it's a Boeing 737 on your apron. Let's say requesting engine startup, or Boeing 737 on your apron, 2 persons on board, endurance is 5 hours or endurance is 7 hours, request engine startup. for whatever operation. If you're traveling from, let's say if you're traveling from this startup. Oh Lord, please make this network favorable for us today. So I don't know, are you guys following the ATC communication based on the question that Kay asked? So I am trying to answer that question so that we can like understand the way the whole thing is. Before you start up, you have to call ATC. You have to tell them what you want to do. Do you know that if you even start up your aircraft without calling ATC, they can tell you to shut down. They can tell you that they did not clear you to start up, and so you have to shut down the aircraft. And before they even answer you, maybe to start up again, I don't know, it might not be a funny thing, or they can just pardon you and be like, if there are no many people disturbing them on the radios and all. So you basically communicate with ATC for every step. Start up, they give you clearance for start up. Taxi, they have to give you clearance for taxi. Take off, they have to give you clearance for take off. En route, they have to give you clearance to enter any airspace. Landing, they have to give you clearance. So you communicate with ATC at every point. Every point. That's just the short and long of the story. That's it, guys. Okay. This is Papa Alpha Tango. I really need to cram this. Papa Alpha Tango is, I'm using the short form of Princess Anu-TV. Don't go and tell them this is Papa Alpha Tango and they're like, it's the call sign of your aircraft you're going to be using. I've seen some people that they will give expo and they'll copy it exactly the way you gave them. You're giving them an example. They'll copy it exactly the way you gave them, and they'll copy the name of the person. Okay, guys. I think I'll see you guys tomorrow. This place is getting like so hot. I didn't actually put on any device to cool me. No AC. There's no AC here. I think we'll have to continue tomorrow and create a website where you can teach us. So I'm trying laughing all the way. No, we'll do tutorials, but I'm not like stable. Like you can see the last year I taught you guys, I actually have my board. This is my board. I actually have my board here. So it's something I can actually like go step by step, but it's very taxing. It needs a lot of time, and I'm doing a lot of things now, so I am going to actually have to create time. Then we'll all learn together, because I'm also trying to refresh my mind. Like the last time I actually did an ATC call is probably the last time I flew, and I just did an ATC call now talking to you guys, and it feels so good, like to remember like, good day Zaria Tower, this is 5 November Bravo Tango, or this 5 November Charlie Bravo Alpha. How do you read 5 November Charlie Bravo Alpha? I read 5, go ahead. 5 November Charlie Bravo Alpha is a DA42 on the apron, 2 persons on board, entrance is 5 hours, request entry startup was filed, and they're like, cleared entry startup, QNH is 101 blah blah blah, and you're like, okay, that's all. Cleared any startup, QNH is this. Then you're ready to taxi, and you're like, Zaria Tower 5 November Alpha Delta Echo is ready to taxi, and they're like, clear taxi, runway holding position 23, clear taxi, runway holding position 05, whichever one they clear you, you go. And you're like, okay, good day, Zaria Tower 5 November. I'm using Zaria because I trained in Zaria, so don't blame me. And you're like, Zaria Tower 5 November Alpha Delta Echo is ready for departure. And they're like, clear to take off, runway 23, turn left after departure, QNH is blah blah blah. And you like, come to the runway, you align yourself, you add in the power, SP the life, bam, 20, 30, 40, 50, bam, rotate. And you rotate, and you're like airborne, and you're like, 5 November Alpha Delta Echo, airborne time is blah blah blah, call ready with estimate for your destination. And you call estimate zone boundary out is blah blah blah, or estimate your destination, whatever your destination is, blah blah blah. You tell them, don't worry, flying is actually interesting, but if you don't keep practicing, you can likely forget. Just like I'm happy like doing this thing with you guys. I'm practicing, like I'm remembering myself. Okay, guys, let's call it a wrap for today. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. I'm going to be seeing you guys by God's grace tomorrow. God. That you need to write, or you need to tell ATC in a pre-flight. Like the more you do it, the more you get used to it actually. But there are some things you must have to write. So when you see us writing inside the cockpit and all, these are some of the things that we are writing, so that when you're talking to ATC, it just flows. You don't have to be breaking, like it just follows a particular sequence. So guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You can still leave your questions or thoughts in the comment section. We'll start from there tomorrow, and we hope to have live stream tomorrow and probably next tomorrow. So until then, stay safe, be fine, be happy, and live your best life. I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you've not subscribed, subscribe. Bye guys.